My first memory of using clay is when I was a child. I would probably be about 8 or 9, and we used to dig about, my sister and I dug up some clay and pressed a leaf into it, cut around the leaf and took it into the house to ask my mother if she would cook it in the Yorkshire range that we had at that time in our home. How I knew that it had to be cooked, I've no idea. Well, later on when I went to college, I went as a technician to the art school, which was a lovely job, and it was a godsend actually for me because I learned how to do everything in the pottery. But eventually the head of the School of Art said to me, "What are you doing here as a technician? Why aren't you a student here?" And I said, "Well, it was just never suggested really." He said, "Well, give me your father's telephone number and I will ring him," which he did. And he put me in for a scholarship. After I left college, I taught for 12 months and then I got married to Roger, who is my husband. And being me, I really needed to do pottery. So we bought a very small kiln which I had in the kitchen. All I could get into that kiln was a coffee set. It wasn't big enough. So we decided, or I decided, that we ought to have a bigger place. The only place that was available was across the cobbles where we lived in 2 terrace houses put into one. There was an outside toilet. So I decided that we should knock the dividing wall down between the 2 toilets, extend it out with a builder and put a big kiln in there, which is what we did. I was selling straight away to other shops, and it brought it home when somebody in Lancashire asked me if I would go across into Lancashire with some pots for them. And I thought, well, no, I'm not doing this. It's time that we moved into a place of our own where I could sell directly to the public. So that's how the gallery was started. Now, my friend came at this point before we opened and she said, "I think you must be mad for opening this as a gallery. You are not going to get visitors here in this out-of-the-way spot." And I said, "Well, nonsense. If you sell the right things, the people will come." And they did. And we did it for 30 years. Even though I have made so many chickens for this show, they're not exactly my favourite creature in this world. But they are interesting. And they are very they are domesticated. And they're harmless. I might give you an occasional peck if you got too close. But they're still very nice to make. They're a nice image. The colours of them, the feathers are lovely. But they have a very small brain, unfortunately.